We have a new product again. Octoplastic, thank you for your wonderful ideas and re-engineering. So this time I'm doing a thing which to be honest, I didn't want to do so much, and we're doing the speaker mesh cover. I have one which has a few holes, and that's why I bought one from Octo. So it's basically a set. I will be using just the big one, but in terms of presentation I will show you the small one as well. So I'm just unraveling behind myself, sorry for that. So we have the small one here as well. Basic, straightforward job. Seems simple at the beginning, but because you have to remove the door panel, it's a few steps, a few kinks, but I think we will manage. So basically the small cover, nicely rigid, I like it. The installation pins, small one, which is going to my personal stock, and the big one. This one is going to be a bit of an interesting. So the original ones are installed with a safety, how can I say, washer, but I'll show you that later on. When we come to the shop, your table, I would recommend that you put some kind of soft towel or something underneath it, because you don't want to break the new one, or you don't want to break any other things which might be broken, because of course the equipment is old, sensitive and dull plastic. So let's go to the installation, and then we will go to the installation. Thank you. Okay guys, so today we are doing two things. We are doing the right and the left side of the door. On the right side door we will exchange the speaker cover. On the left side door we will exchange the hinge of the compartment, because it's broken and it's dilated from the door itself. So I will go step by step in how to remove the door panel, and from that we move to the shop, where we will install the speaker cover, and on the left door, but I will use the same video for the right one, for the hinge of the compartment. So let's go for those few steps now. First is remove the cover of the lock. It's a cross screwdriver. Okay, that's removed. The next step is 3 screws here, same cross. Be careful, because when you remove the last one it will fall off. So let's do that. Okay, that's off. We now move to this part. We have to take out the controls and the cover here, this one, and then we move to the next step. So to remove this, firstly pull it out gently. Then we have to remove the controls, but before that we have to remove this assembly. Slide it a bit out and off. Next step, the controls. You slide it back out in the front and gently wiggle it out so you don't lose the clip. And remove all 3 connectors gently. Afterwards, a 10 socket going here. Remove this as well. Okay, so this is the 10 screw which I was talking about. We have to remove it, be careful, it's long, so I won't bug you with this, and then we go to the next step. Okay, so the next step is the triangle. Complements of octa. And you have to pull out this lever. It doesn't go by hand, so best to use a plastic wedge, but since I've done it 1,000,000 times, okay, this goes out as well. Next step, we open this, remove the X screw and this cover, because we have another big X screw underneath. So we remove the cover, now we have the big screw here. Remove this one, and then we're finished with everything which is attaching the door to the chassis. Afterwards you have the poppers which hold the plastic in place. I use a wedge, a plastic wedge, which I'll show later. So I took the left door off previously, just to show you how the back side looks. So in general, if you have all of them still present, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the stoppers, these ones, which are securing the door to the chassis. There's two more things we have to do before we take the door off, and one of them is the puddle light, or the courtesy light, which is here. Then we remove the doors, pulling them up, and inside you will have the vacuum for the locking system. So don't pull the doors beforehand off. First gently pry them out. I'll try to shoot it. Remove the vacuum, and then you can remove them completely. Okay, so now we have the so-called puddle light or courtesy light. Try to use a plastic wedge. If you're doing it for the first time, I've done it so many times I'm not counting anymore. So you kind of lift it up, drag it down, and then remove the connector. It's going to be probably removing it by itself. And when installing it back, you cannot miss it, because it's, you know, one is rounded here, one is square. And now we're going to remove the 8 wedges. I won't be filming that, but be careful, because probably if you will force it, you will either tear the holder of the wedge, the white one. So be careful, and I'll show you what tool I use. Okay, so for the poppers, as I said, I'm going to use a plastic tool, wedge, in order not to damage either the chassis, the color, or the door itself. Be careful at this step, because this is the most crucial step, being that the holders of the poppers might stay on the popper when you try to remove it, and it will unglue or tear. You can correct them, but every time you will remove the door, you have to reglue them and stuff like that. Okay, so I successfully removed all of the poppers, and now you'll see that the door is wiggly, and you take the door off, you grab them and pull them up. And then you have to remove the hose, which I was talking about. Ta-da! Okay, so this is the situation. You can see a small hole here. Color-wise, it will be a bit darker. So now I'm thinking if I would like to remove the upper one as well. The mesh is a bit more, here is more smaller. This one's a bit bigger, but okay. In any case, if you're looking for a perfect replacement, Mercedes doesn't sell this as a individual part as far as I know, so I think this is a wonderful product which we can use instead of the original one. Should look like this, and I actually like it because Maybe I'll exchange both, we'll see. But in general, let's turn the doors around and move on. Okay, so here we have it, the back side of the door panel. What we need to do, we need to remove these safety pins. How is the bigger question. So I like to go inside between the cracks of a certain door safety pin. You can see it here and here. Fold it up and remove it up, but don't force it out behind up, because this is some kind of combination of wood and paper. I don't know, it's really brittle. So take care here, please. I will try a few ways to see what's the most, how can I say, smart one, not to remove it, not to destroy everything, or maybe I will just clip off these, all of them, with my pliers, and then reuse them for the new one. But I put a towel underneath, and I'll put one here again, so when I press down to fix these, that I don't break everything. So I'll just give it one or two a shot, then I'll get back to you. Okay, so what I did, I clipped everyone as low as I can go, and a few of them went directly out, which is great. Be careful, because if you go with the screwdriver underneath them, they pop out. So please take care of your eyes, have some goggles maybe. For the rest of them, I still don't know what I'll do. Either I will sand them or try to, as I said, go inside here and lift one tongue up, because you know this is what starts to happen when you go underneath it and pry it out. You remove the material, and we don't want that. So, or just, I was thinking about breaking the old one, pushing them from the inside out, but still this is old material and I would really like to be careful. So from that point, either you clip the tops as low as you can and then remove the washers, or some other idea which I need to figure out. In any case, gently. After half an hour of trying, I decided for this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand out the stump. And I think now, yeah, so this is what I did. I used a portable grinder with a kind of a diamond tip. I sanded down all of them, and they, at least the first one, went out nicely. Okay, so I think this is a safe way in order not to damage, you know, this is wood or paper or something, I don't know, it's eco-friendly, but this is my way. I managed, so if you think it's okay, you can reproduce that. If not, of course, feel free to find a way which will suit you best. Okay, so it's done. Now I have a small cloth on the back side. I have to catch the, so we have 1, 2, 3 that are that are close to each other, so that's the pattern we need to follow. And let's see what happens. Okay, perfect. So be sure to squeeze it in to full, and then when you start applying the safety pins, hold your hand underneath the one which you're doing and push it on. You'll need something circular to push it down. Why hold your hand beneath it? So you get the contact between the mesh and the outer rim, so that it won't have any space between. So I managed. I had two missing, this one, and I replaced them with my own. What I did in some cases is I used the 6 socket and I pressed on it firmly, but of course holding my second arm, here's my finger, is underneath it, supporting it, and just putting it on and pressing, and it snapped in. So that's my way, like Sinatra said. Okay, here we have it, the end result. I'm satisfied. The edges are the same, there's nothing going over it. And reverse install, as I showed you in the video, to deinstall the doors. Thank you. So we are at the car. We're going to install the panel. Be sure to take care of this vacuum, because it's connecting to a locking mechanism in the door itself. So firstly, you put the door up from top down, try to align the holes, and afterwards start connecting the vacuum. This, gently put it through the hole for the courtesy light, and be sure that you will take care of these so they go out the correct hole. So an important thing when doing this, you have a groove here, a hole, and on the door itself you have this. This needs to go inside. Be careful, do it slowly. Don't forget this one. This one goes here. So what I did a mistake. I didn't put it before. So panel off, this one in, and again. Okay, so the panel is on. I didn't yet push every popper in. So now I will go step by step. Firstly, I will install the screw which goes in here. Then I will install the cover. Okay. So this screw is done. The cover as well. Next step, this big one and the little cover, then the lever, then the seat controls, and of course don't forget the courtesy light. Okay, so I've just connected the seat. So you push in the seat firstly, so you go first in and then push the back side to click. Afterwards we have this one going behind, locking the mechanism, triangle, and you open a beverage.